want some? Who's next? Huh? How about it? Who wants some?
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Well, hello. Here we go. And welcome back to the VHS Doom Podcast and Rental Store. It's weird because I feel like when I hear the intro, I get pumped.
Yeah, me too.
Right. So today, Mikey and I are having a bit of technical difficulties. And for some reason, I think it's our website. I think the recording website's not wanting to play our intro, which we have loaded up into the system. So maybe it's just something going on with them. But anyway, welcome. We hope you all had a wonderful holiday, whether you celebrated or not. And we're so glad that you're joining us again here. We hope that you guys enjoyed our lovely Christmas episode. This week, we have a real New Year's treat in store for you, as we're going to be covering, in my opinion, the movie with one of the best soundtracks in horror history. Just my humble opinion. I love the soundtrack to this. New Year's EVviIiLlL. With me today.
Call me evil.
Call me evil. With me today, as always, is my nefarious, dubious, and always awesome co-host,
I should
Mikey
read the name of too.
Mutant. Woo! I should read what?
The name too.
Oh, Mikey Mutant, otherwise known as, or AKA, caretaker of Gobellini Mansion. It's me, Sergio Gobellini. Oh my God, we haven't done any Italian shit in a long time.
I think we'll do another one soon.
Fuck, yeah, it always gets me messed up. It's me. I always start with that, and then I can start saying some Italian shit. Yeah, and also, hey everybody, guess what? We have a fucking New Year's miracle, Christmas miracle, a holiday miracle for you. Come on out. Here we go, everybody. It's Hugh Janus. Woo! Oh my God. He's been fully restored to the sweet deadite that we all know and love. How are you, Hugh? It's good to have you back, buddy.
I'm tortured, but I'm good.
You're tortured, but good. That's great, man. Yeah. So, your story has been just wild with us. You know, way back in the day, you were our manager, you know, when we didn't own the store. And
I was just an area manager.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with this.
Right. Yeah. You were just an area manager of the VHS Doom rental store. And then, you know, all kinds of crazy shit happened. And, you know, we ended up owning the store, and somehow you got turned into a deadite, and
it was on your Evil Dead episodes.
Yeah, the evil way back on Evil Dead, you were turned into a deadite, which is who you are now, which is fine. We love you for who you are. But worse and worse stuff just started. Like Balthy cut off your arm once to send us a message.
I was just a face last week.
Yeah. Well, you were confiscated by the zombie police when you were just a face.
ZPD.
Yeah, unfortunately, during our Hellraiser episode, you were ripped apart by chains, and you just became a couple pieces of face, just like, you know, happened in Hellraiser. And then, yeah, the zombie ZPD took you, confiscated. Were you in like an evidence room for a while or something?
I was in a jar.
You were in a jar, right? And then
I ran into Herbert West.
Oh, you did? So. I think we got your face back for a minute, but then didn't you like get set on fire or something? I don't remember. Something really bad happened.
That was Tiny.
Oh, Tiny. Oh, right. We set Tiny on fire. Yeah. Well, you were gone, but guess what? I I asked Scabby Boy for a Christmas/New Year's miracle, and he let out a giant fucking burp, and then there you were. How does it feel to be torn completely to shreds and then brought back?
It feels like working in retail.
We're working in retail in the holidays. And welcome back, Hugh. Man, we're so glad to have you.
He just ran off. He's kind of scared.
Oh, is he going to hide in the closet? That's okay.
You were going to send chains after him again.
No, I didn't do that. That was fucking Pinhead, man. Whatever. We're glad to have you back, Hugh.
I know it was you. Fuck you.
The ever tortured Hugh Janus, everyone. Hugh Janus.
Goodbye.
Make sure you grab some penises from the penis bin out back. It's still pretty full. All right. So
did it last week.
Oh, did you? You tossed them all out?
Yeah, Troy was helping me throw out the penis bin.
Oh, Troy was helping you with the penises? Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. I truly hope that all of you enjoyed last week's episode and our very first roundtable episode with Troy, the dastardly, dubious, whatever, Troy, Uber Troy. He's
conniving.
The man.
I don't know.
The conniving Canadian. I like that.
The conniving Canadian.
The conniving Canadian Troy.
Conniving Canuck.
Fuck. Fuck. The conniving fuck. Is that what you said? Where we covered Silent Night, Deadly Night. What a fun fucking movie. We had a wonderful time.
To do the sequels, I think.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to do that. We'll have to get into those while it's still cold outside, and or shit, maybe we do one every Christmas and just have Troy on once a year for the next 5 years or something. So anyway,
it'll be 4. We already did 1, so.
Yeah. Right, that's true. Yeah. So, we had a wonderful time, and we do absolutely plan on having Troy back for another episode in the future, before next year for sure. Oh God, that's a New Year's burp. Wait, not before next year, because next year is in a couple days. Before the next year. Okay. So if you haven't had time to go listen to that episode, because of the holidays or whatever, I highly suggest you go back and you check it out. Fucking relieve yourself of all the pressure of the holidays by just chilling and listening to the VHS Doom podcast. Tons of fun. But as I've said the last couple of weeks, kind of indirectly, I've been telling you guys the story of your grandma, unfortunately, who, you listen to the VHS Doom podcast and things didn't turn out so well. Well, at least for you. For her, she seems to be doing great. So one very cool thing that I have for you this week is we actually received a Christmas letter from your ice pick killer grandma. That's right. Now, one very, very cool thing. Did you just pop a soda? Did I miss it?
No, the soda was earlier. This is
I
something
missed
else.
It completely? Oh, goddamn.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. Anyway, so according to the poll that we put up on Spotify last week or the week before, I think, you guys have decided to start calling your Gam-Gam Bam-Bam Gam-Gam. That's right.
We also
Bam,
forgot
Bam,
to answer questions people had.
Gam-Gam. Oh, yeah, we'll have to do that this week, too. We'll do that at the end of the episode. I think, personally, that was a really great choice of a name because, Ice Pick is pretty badass. Now, she did send us a letter for you for Christmas, and I'm not sure why she sent the letter to the store instead of you. Maybe something to do with, how much she thinks you're bitch ass, whatever. But I wanted to make sure that I read it to you so you can enjoy hearing from your grandma or Ice Pick this holiday season as she spends the remainder of her life in the San Quentin Tarantino State Prison. The letter reads, "To my bitch-ass babies and grandbabies, I guess I should say, Merry Christmas. You haven't ever done much for me, but that's okay, because I can take care of my goddamn self. I'm making plenty of money up in the joint, and I have more respect than ever. Your granddad, rest his bitch-ass soul, would be proud of the empire that I'm building. I have successfully managed to get several guards in my pocket, and I import more drugs and contraband than any other person in the place. No thanks to you, sweeties. I'm doing very well, and I'm very
In
comfortable.
the ass cheeks. Let's go.
I have set goals for next year to begin killing off the leaders of my rival gang, Las Abuelas. Then, I will be the most powerful boss in the joint. I've included several
I
cigarettes in
thought she
this
was on the
letter.
Grape Street.
She's in the Grape Street, but her rivals are Las Abuelas. Okay. I've included several cigarettes in this letter as your gifts. Get wrecked, sweethearts, and fuck Susan. Never yours, Ice Pick. Okay. And that's her letter. So, wow. Bam-Bam Gam-Gam seems to be doing really well.
I heard she got her name from the wrestler Bam-Bam Bigelow.
Nice. I love that. Maybe. I don't know. Don't say that
She
to
even
her.
got the head tattoos to match.
She might fucking shank you. But she does. She does have
She has the
head
same
tattoos.
the same head tattoos he has.
Yeah, she's got a lot of tattoos now. But anyway, all of that being said, please go subscribe wherever you're listening to the podcast and help us out with a rating. It really goes a long way to support the show. Also, check out the merch store. You go to VHSDoom.com, scroll all the way to the bottom of the website, which is severely outdated, and I need to update because it's like still our Halloween episode is still listed on the website. And that's been like 10 episodes ago, but whatever. But you scroll all the way to the
Feels like it
bottom.
was just yesterday.
Right. I know. Right. And there's a link for the merch store at the bottom. It's hosted on another website, but all proceeds do go to the podcast. And actually, surprise, Mikey, we finally have enough purchases to get Mikey a Mikey. And guess what? Big surprise. I am getting Mikey. What's your name on Twitter before you got banned?
I'm not banned. Well, I'm banned for 6 days. It's Blue Yeti Mike X.
Mikey's getting a Blue Yeti Mikey. What the fuck? Woo! You'll have a nicer mic than me. Fuck yeah, buddy.
That's Gam Gam.
Bam-Bam Gam-Gam. So anyway, so woo, thank you all so much for all of your support. If you are a listener to the podcast and you've purchased merch, you guys are really doing a lot to help us grow. We have 25 subscribers on Spotify now. Thanks so much. And we also have 10 subscribers, so we're at 35 total subscribers, but 10 on Apple
And
Podcasts.
464 on followers on Twitter.
That's amazing. We're almost at 400 on TikTok, and we're over. I mean, our Instagram's a little slower, but we do have almost 100 followers, or maybe more on Instagram. So thank you all so much for being a part of this wild fucking journey. If you haven't subscribed already and you are listening to this, please hit that subscribe button because it does go a long way to help us grow and help other people find the show. And we think we're having a lot of fun here, so others should have fun with us. Yeah. So that's that. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. You have made our year really fucking cool. And this is episode 40. 40 weeks of fucking doing the podcast is pretty wild. So thank you all so much. Next, as I always say, if you want to come on the show, we want you to come on the show. If you're a band, if you're a director, if you're an actor, if you're promoting any sort of project, whether that's something artistic or, whatever. If you want to come on the show and talk to our subscribers about it, our followers and our listeners, that would be awesome. We would love to talk to you. So I am trying very diligently to get a couple different individuals on the show, one of whom is into writing, films and things. Also, I think Troy and I and Mikey just this week kind of talked about a couple individuals who are very pro, small creative projects, which this podcast is. So I think we may try to get, I may try to get in touch with a couple of those people from that studio that we mentioned and see if anybody might want to come on the podcast. But anyway, if you're listening to this and you want to come on the show, let us know. That'd be really cool. Yeah, that's all my pandering this week. Mikey, how you been, bud? What's new?
I'm finally feeling better.
Yeah? Nice. He's not dying.
It wasn't COVID. It was just like the flu and an ear infection.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I had an ear infection caused by my son.
Oh, poor Mikey. Poor Sammy.
Yeah.
How was your Christmas, though?
It was fun. We spoiled him. He had like the most amazing Christmas, I think. He woke up. He's so good that he woke up this morning saying, "Are there more presents under the tree?"
Dude, it's the 12 Days of Christmas, right? I've heard that song. Wow,
I mean,
that's
he
cool.
got a lot of Hanukkah gifts too. Then, but yeah.
Oh, did he? Nice. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Very cool. I saw you sent over some pictures of him as like a dinosaur or like a superhero. That was pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
his Katie's cousin got him a I don't know. It's called. It's not onesie. It's I don't know, like pajamas, but like it's like a dinosaur. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
T-Rex.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Very cool.
That's his
That's
favorite.
actually Arya's favorite dinosaur too. Is a T-Rex.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I know, right? Good stuff.
Yeah,
Cool,
he's
man.
also really obsessed. He's getting obsessed with like Spider-Man and Hulk right now too.
Oh yeah. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. That's a good thing. I'm glad you guys had a great Christmas. What kind of movies did you get to watch this week?
I watched a Giallo and a Christmas slasher movie.
Okay.
So I'll go with the Giallo first from 1978. Alberto Negrin's Red Rings of Fear or Enigma Rosso.
Okay.
It's part of the Schoolgirl in Peril trilogy, which is What Have They Done to Solange and What Have They Done to Your Daughters?
I've heard of the Solange movie. Okay.
It's really good. I think I've told you about that one.
Yeah.
Or maybe I showed you. I don't remember.
We might have watched it.
A detective investigating the murder of a teenage girl becomes the focus of his own suspicions on three girlfriends of the victim who call themselves the Inseparables.
Okay.
So it's really good. I liked it a lot.
Okay, nice.
Kind of sleazy. It involves like prep school girls getting killed.
Okay.
Next one is Christmas Evil. It's from 1980. It's a toy factory worker mentally scarred as a child. Upon learning Santa Claus is not real, suffers a nervous breakdown after being belittled at work and embarks on a Yuletide killing spree.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, it's a crazy slasher.
Is that in the Trauma catalog?
They used to own it. Yes, they didn't put it. I think they just distribute it.
Yeah. I feel like I have that. I have that movie, and I have the
I gave
copy
it to you,
I have. You did. The copy I have is a Trauma.
Yeah, because I upgraded
copy.
to the I think Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray of it.
Yeah, it's my favorite tagline in a movie is "Ho ho die."
It was also called what is it? Better Watch Out, I think.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Very
it's a good
cool,
one.
Man. Nice.
I love Christmas slashers.
Yeah.
I think we recommended this one and To All Good Night, and then I forgot the other one we said. Do you remember the other one?
What, last week?
Yeah. Don't Open Till Christmas. Yeah. Remember we gave a bunch of
Yeah, we did Black Christmas. I don't think we did Christmas Evil. We did do Black Christmas, though. And then Don't Open Till Christmas. But we'll go through those in a minute. Yeah, for sure. Cool, man. Well, glad to hear you had a good holiday, and I'm glad you got to watch a couple fun movies.
And I'm excited to hear what you think of my favorite movie.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, wait, which one's your... which
Last
one?
House on Dead End Street.
Okay. Gotcha. I was like, wow, I watched... Okay. Well, so first of all... how am I doing? Okay, great, fun. Had a good holiday. I was lucky enough to have 4-day weekend. So I got to hang out with the fam. Carla's brother-in-law came into town, which was cool. So we all got to hang out. Aria loved playing, with her uncle, and we went to the playground, and he was going down the slides with her and stuff that I don't do because I'm, old. But so that was cool. That was fun. And, she got a lot of cool gifts, but I will say it's kind of weird. So she gets overwhelmed. She's a very, thoughtful kid, and she likes to take her time to figure things out. And, she's a smarty, but she can get overwhelmed easily, if there's too much thrown at her at one time, because she likes to really analyze stuff. Right. So with Christmas this year, last year we didn't have this issue as much because she was only 1. But now that she's 2 and she's in the toddler stage, we gave her a gift. She opened it. She wanted to play with it for quite a while and figure it out. But then, we were like, here, well, grandparents are on Zoom or whatever, and they want to see you open their presents. So we'd give her the next thing, and then she'd be like, oh, whoa. And then she started getting this overwhelmed kind of thing going on. And then she freaked and oh my God. God, you know.
It was
When
funny.
she-
Every time he was opening one, he didn't even like open it. He would just like have it in front of him before he opens it. He's like, another one?
Right. Yeah. Right. Isn't that wild? So she did well, as best as a 2-year-old can do in that scenario. But there was a point where like she couldn't figure one of the toys out and she just had a breakdown, or like her mom was like, okay, Ari, it's lunchtime. And she's like, you know, because she just wanted to keep playing with another toy. So also, it probably didn't help. She asked Santa for M&Ms and he brought her a bag, which was great. And then she was like, her sugar high
Was it a
isn't
2-pound
like,
bag?
yeah, 2-pound bag of Swedish fish eaten in one
Oh
sitting.
my god.
No, so she,
Those 2 sittings, by the way.
her sugar high for her be with her big brain is not running around. It's like thinking too much and like getting anxiety or something. So I felt bad for her because she was just like, she'd come by. Dude, I got this little like multi-ruler. It's like a square, right? Like, but it has 4 sides, so you can adjust it really well to make angles and measure them out. Whatever. I like doing projects. So, but Arya came by and picked it up, and she just screamed as loud as she could, "Robot dog!" And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "This is a robot dog," and then just kept going. But every now and again, she'd come back by and just scream "robot dog," which was so fucking funny. But I did feel bad. Those M&Ms really got her going. So anyway, that was Christmas. What did I watch? I actually watched 4 movies because I had 4 days off, which is cool. Only one of them was a horror movie, and apparently Mikey's favorite movie. So I watched Last House.
Horror movie, but yeah.
Okay, all right, right, because yeah, sure, favorite in every genre.
Davis,
I get it. I get it. So maybe exploitation, but would this be considered exploitation? I think so.
I think it's a horror movie.
Is it? So Last House on Dead End Street from 1973 by Roger Watkins, which was written, directed, and starred in by Roger Watkins, was a fucking wild ride. And it's on Tubi. So
I'm surprised it's on Tubi.
I know. It is uber.
I've been dying for like a Blu-ray or a DVD. I have a bootleg DVD of it.
Do you? Yeah. So it is a wildly violent ride. So essentially the plot is this convict gets out of prison, and he was only sentenced for like a short period of time for a crime that he committed. But in the joint, I guess he's really become very hardened and wants to commit like crime, like murder. He wants to film murder. He wants to create snuff films is really what it is. So you know, he is proposing, and he's doing some filming of like murders. He murders like a deaf and blind guy kind of thing, or just like a blind dude. He finds some like wild characters to wrap up in his crime spree with him. And they want to sell these films, so they begin to try to sell these films or a film to a like pornography producer, but they lure this producer and another filmmaker and his wife to this warehouse.
Such a creepy movie.
Yeah, all hell ensues, and it kind of culminates with all of these people just being, you know, murdered. And the wife, like the filmmaker's wife, her murder scene is insane. So it's a really wild like art house film that's about snuff films. So check it out.
There was a the first American Guinea Pig movie.
Yeah,
was almost like a remake of this, but even gorier.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a guy kidnaps these 2 women, and he just like mutilates them, and somebody's filming it, and they're wearing weird masks like Roger was wearing in the movie.
Yeah, the mask he's wearing is kind of like a Greek god. It almost looks.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was cool and different.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool one. I think I may add this to the list of movies that are going to make it onto our merch store. This might be there, so we'll see. I'll keep.
Yeah,
you guys
I had
posted.
a shirt of this. Holy Mountain Printing made a shirt a bunch of years ago, probably like 10 years ago at this point. I used to have a shirt of it.
Nice, yeah. So,
and it has the poster for it has the old tagline for Last House on the Left.
Oh,
it's
does
only
it?
a movie.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
yeah. That is definitely on the poster. I've seen that. Yeah, remind yourself
When I
this is
first
only
heard
a
about this
movie.
movie,
It's only a movie. Yeah.
when I first saw this, when I first heard about this, somebody told me it was a real movie, like real. Like,
Oh, like a real snuff.
yeah.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I guess that could be semi believable at the time, but really, if you look closely at like the
A lot of people thought Cannibal Holocaust was real too.
yeah, right. But the blood in the scene where they kill the wife is really it shows you okay, it's definitely not real, but it is wild. The guts look really good. The guts in that scene. So like they're essentially performing quote unquote like surgery on this woman, and at one point they pull out her intestines and hold them up like it's a baby, and that looks really convincingly real.
Here's something funny.
Hmm.
So this movie was supposed to be about Charles Manson originally.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Wild. I mean, the chaos, it feels like it could be the same chaos that overtook his group. It's possible. But anyway, yeah, so that was the insane film that I watched this week. I liked it a lot. It was definitely an art house film, and it was
he was
definitely
on meth.
intense. What?
He was on meth when he was on it.
I believe that.
Making a movie.
Yeah, I believe that.
It's crazy. I just looked it up. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah. So after that, I went more into the traditional Christmas route because, I was hanging out with family all week. So we watched, after Troy recommended it last week, we watched The Muppets Christmas Carol from 1992 by Brian Henson. Tons of fucking fun. It is Charles Dickens, Christmas Carol with a lot of Muppets fun thrown in. So that was a good time.
Dickens, your mouth.
Charles Dick in that mouth. So we also watched. I always watch this every single Christmas from 1947. It's a Wonderful Life by Frank Capra, starring Jimmy Stewart when he was a bit younger.
Great actor.
It was a great film. It is just a timeless classic, and a lot of films, take their story points from that film when it comes to Christmas. So tons of fun. And then also,
so do you think sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, do you think Die Hard is a Christmas movie?
Yes, 100%. Nakatomi Plaza is a Christmas event, right? I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's a Christmas movie. I watch it on Christmas. I have the 4 movie or 3 movie set. I can't remember how many I have in it. But it's the blue.
That's what I have too, I think.
So,
does it have? Was it from Best Buy, and he's holding a gun?
Yes.
On the cover.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
that's what I have too.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's a Christmas movie for sure. But I don't watch it every year. It depends. I watch that one every other year on Christmas. I feel like. But it's a Wonderful Life.
I can watch Die Hard a lot lately.
Have you? Nice.
In recent years, more than usual.
More than usual. Yeah. Also, the last thing I watched just last night, and Mike, you've already covered this on the podcast, so I'm not going to go in depth with it. But Carla, her mom, and I watched the Barbie movie from 2023 by Greta Gerwig or whatever the fuck her name is. Yeah, fuck, god damn it. That's what I said. I mispronounce it every fucking time, so that's okay. Gerwig. I had a lot of fun with that. That was Carla and I had some good conversations afterward about the themes of that film, and it really made me think here and there, and it also made me have some questions that I Carla and I discussed, which was good. So funny that a toy movie makes you have that kind of reaction, and I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. So go check those out. That's what I watched this week, and that is what we did.
Movie looks good. Iron Claw.
Oh, dude, I really want to fucking see that.
On Eric's. Yeah.
Yeah, it does look good. I know we mentioned
they actually put on wrestling matches while they were doing it too.
Did they? That's what I heard.
Chavo Guerrero Jr. Chavo Guerrero Jr. was the stunt coordinator for it, so he was having them wrestle for they're wrestling.
Right. I heard that they the actors were getting props because they were actually doing a whole day of wrestling. And they put on
Zac Efron got really obsessed with wrestling after that now.
Oh yeah?
He wants to actually do an actual match from what I heard. They look crazy. Him and what's his name? Jeremy, I forgot his last
White?
name. It's crazy
Alan
that
White?
they yeah.
Yeah, they got jacked, bro.
Gene Wilder Jr.
Gene Wilder Jr. I don't know why they didn't cast him in Willy Wonka. He is so much closer
Yeah, me and Katie were talking
in
about
appearance than what's his face. I can't remember the other guy's name that they did cast. Timothy Chalamet or something.
He's from, yeah, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we did. That's what we watched. That's what's been up. But we do need to move on, and we need to go ahead and get you guys checked back in from last week. So we sent you home with quite a few really cool titles. So The Dorm, The Dripped Blood by Jeffrey Obro and Stephen Carpenter from 1981. Great time. We sent you home with To All a Good Night from David Hess by 1980. Don't Open Till Christmas from 1984 by Edmund Purdom, which was from the producers of Pieces. We sent you home with Black Christmas from 1974 by Bob Clark. And lastly, for the kiddos, we sent you home with The Muppets Christmas Carol, which was Troy's recommendation from 1992 by Brian Henson Movie Granado. What the fuck is Movie Granado? What? Mikey just be typing shit in my notes. Okay. Brian Henson, What's Kids Movie Granado. All right, cool.
No, I didn't put the What's Kids thing. That was there.
Oh, was it? It was just
Yeah,
Granado? Brian Henson Granado? What the fuck is that? I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, Mikey, how's everything look this week?
There's a note.
Where?
It's stapled to the door.
There's a note stapled to the door. What the fuck does it say?
It says Hugh dies tonight.
Hugh dies tonight. We just got Hugh back. What the fuck are you talking about?
And then there's another one, like right under you. Can you read that one?
A posted note? It says, That bitch ass narked on me. What? Hugh.
Oh my god.
Hugh, come out here.
Not
Hugh,
again.
come here. Come here, Hugh. Hugh. Hey, did you fucking narc on somebody while you were in lockup?
They know what they did.
What? You narked? Oh, fuck. Does that mean there's somebody in the store? Or are they coming later? Like what? Should I get the shotgun ready?
I would look behind you.
What the? Oh, holy shit! Ah! Let me get the gun. Holy fuck. No! Where do all these boss level fucking characters come from? Ah! Ah! Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I think, why did everybody just pause? What's that killer about to say?
You can call me evil.
What? Holy shit. All right, I got to get the gun real quick. Let me see if it'll work. Balthy! Balthy!
What?
Balthy! Fucking kick him in the head.
Okay.
Okay, lock the door now.
Why'd you kick me in the head?
I kicked Mikey accidentally.
Why the fuck did you kick Mikey in the head?
Because you told me to kick him in the head.
No, not him, the fucking killer. Can you, use your fire breath or something?
Hey, it's kind of fucking racist. I'm a demon, but okay.
It's like
Wow, that was a lot.
I was fixing my mic.
Yeah, you missed all of that?
No, I heard most of it. I was just fixing it.
You were just in the back fixing your mic while we fucking fought off the killer who was trying to kill Hugh, who just got back.
You didn't kill him. He ran away.
I know, he went and hid in the closet, and Balthy and I had to take out the fucking dude. He's got this weird-ass fucking, Richard Nixon clown mask on. What the fuck?
He ran away after you guys walked away.
Who, the killer or Hugh?
Both.
Oh, God.
It was a chase.
All right. Listen, I can't be... This guy, he obviously narked while he was in fucking zombie prison lockup on somebody, and now somebody's after him. So I'm not protecting a narc anymore. We almost set the store on fire with Balthy's fire breath, which I didn't know he had, but I guessed. So, and apparently he does.
Why is he looking like Bowser now?
Hey, bitch, don't fucking talk about me like that. You're so rude to me.
Koopa looking bitch?
What?
Koopa looking bitch?
Koopa? I'll fucking Koopa your ass.
Oh my God! You two calm the fuck down. Jesus Christ, Balthy, go home for the day. We don't need you here.
Koopa Troopas are coming.
Fine, I'll leave.
All right. Fuck. Okay. Well, anyway, that was fucking insane. We're glad you guys stuck around because I don't know. I guess Hugh's up to some shit and being a little bitch ass narc, but we'll talk about that later. So,
Janus is full of shit.
what'd you just say? Hugh Janus is full of shit? Yeah. There's a Hugh Janus who works here and he's full of shit. All right, friends. So this week we're gonna do the classic press play. So go ahead, put in the fucking tape. Troy left his collection here, so that's cool. So just slide it into the VHS player. Come on. Come on, press play. Press play.
One night, they were celebrating New Year's Eve. He was out, ending their life.
I'm going to commit murder at midnight. Call me evil.
Every New Year's Eve, the caller came out.
Please, I'll do anything you want. We can even get it on if you want to. I won't make any kind of fuss.
One terrifying night of unspeakable evil. New Year's Evil.
All right. We're ready to go. So, Mikey, take it away. Go ahead and read the back of that box for us.
Diane Blaze Sullivan, the host of a national televised punk rock show. I have some words about that, actually, after we do this.
Okay.
On New Year's Eve, it receives a call from a mysterious killer who tells her of his plans of offing someone at midnight in each major American time zone. She will be the last.
Dun, dun, dun. Nice. All right, so let's go ahead. Before I start, do you want to say your words right now? Is it about the punk rock?
I'll have to do it during the notes section.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
It wasn't?
Okay.
Even for 80s standards?
Right, yeah, even for 80s. I mean, it was like, it teetered, but they wanted to make it popular. Anyway, whatever. Okay, so just a couple cast and crew, as well as company notes. We have New Year's Evil today, which is a 1980 American slasher film, written and directed by Emmett Alston. It was co-written by Leonard Neubauer, and starred Kip Niven, tons of fun, Roz Kelly, and Chris Wallace. As well as a lot of other people. The plot follows a Los Angeles...
And it was produced by Canon Group, Globus and Golan.
Nice. So it follows a Los Angeles new wave show host that teeters on punk rock, who receives a series...
More new wave than anything, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. But receives a series of phone calls during a televised New Year's Eve bash from a killer... warning of impending murders, right? We'll get into all of the details there. It was produced by Yoram Globus and Menahem Golan? Menahem?
They're Jewish Israeli guys.
Yeah, no, I just want to make sure I'm not fucking butchering their names as usual.
They're not.
Okay, good. I guess I can do Jewish names better than Italian names, and that's a win. Cinematography was by Edward Thomas. It was, now listen to this, it was edited by Dick Bummer. No, it's actually
Brummer.
Brummer. But I like Dick Bummer. That's a good one. Music was by Lauren Rinder and W. Michael Lewis, but we'll talk more about the music later because it's a very iconic musical score. And lastly, it was released on December the 19th of 1980 and had a budget of $500,000, but I don't see what the box office totals were.
I wonder what the that'd be now, because it's probably a lot more money now, obviously.
Well, yeah, I think it'd probably be like $3, $4, maybe $5. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Pretty much. 2.
Yeah. So
What a good day.
the $2 is worth $500,000 in 1980. Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know inflation, but what we're going to do this week is we're going to read through the plot. So I'm going to read the plot points and we will talk about each section of the movie and what we thought about it. Some of our favorite points as we go through, and then we'll get into our box office and critical reception if we have any notes there, as well as Mikey's Harambe reviews. And then lastly today, we're really going to dive in to a bit more information about the soundtrack, specifically the New Year's Evil title song, which is titled New Year's Evil, which was
We should also
single by
I think
Shadow.
for another episode.
Yeah.
We should do a thing on Canon Films, the group itself, because they have a lot of ridiculous action movies and slasher movies from the 80s.
That's cool. We've never done an actual production studio. I would think for the first studio.
We should do them and then
Trauma?
Roger Corman.
For sure.
Yeah, Trauma, Full Moon,
Yeah.
or New World.
Yeah, that would be fun. We should think about that. We'll add that to the show possibility notes. So good stuff, man. All right. Well, real quick, let's dive into the sections of the plot. These are really high overviews.
Anyway.
Did I say anyway?
No,
anyway. Nice. Okay, that sounded like the fucking killer in this movie. I love it.
Yeah, no. I will commit murder.
Yeah. So, I'll read some really high level plot overviews, and then we can talk about each section, kind of like we did last week with Troy. And specifically, it's because there's not a ton of history on this film, but I've said those things a million times. A lot of these films don't have them. So to start, one New Year's Eve, a popular new wave / kind of somewhat punk rock DJ, Diane Sullivan, otherwise known as Blaze among her fans, is hosting a late night countdown celebration of music and partying, which is televised live from a Hollywood hotel and simulcast on local radio. Simoncast. All is going well until Diane receives a phone call from an odd-sounding stranger who claims his name is Evil. He announces his intention to murder one naughty girl, quote unquote, at the stroke of midnight in each U.S. time zone. And he warns Diane, who's located in the Pacific time zone, that she's going to be his last victim. Meanwhile, Diane's fucking crazy ass son, Derek, arrives at the studio, but is mostly ignored by his
I have
mother.
some things to talk about that guy.
Oh, can't wait. He begins behaving erratically throughout the night as he watches the show on television. Okay, so that's our first section. This leads us up through the first kill, roughly. So in the beginning of the film, Mikey, what kind of notes do you have about that segment? You want to talk about the music there for a sec?
Yeah, it just didn't, I don't know. It didn't feel like what they were trying to be. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I even have a review pulled up of it where somebody says the same thing pretty much.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking, do you want to read the review?
No, we'll wait till that section. I mean.
Oh, okay. So I was kind of thinking in this very opening, beginning bit, I was kind of wondering, right? Because this was filmed in 1979 and came out in 1980 or roughly about that.
It says 1980 on the box.
Filmed in 1980?
Well, no, it came out in 1980.
Yeah, it came out in December of 1980. So I'm assuming filming was taking place in either early 1980 or late 1979. But the group of kids in the beginning riding around in the convertible, through the city, that's in if I think about like Night of the Demons in the beginning, they're riding around in their car through town, hanging their ass out the window, or even in is it
Return of the Living Dead?
Return, right? Return, yes. Return is where the kids are riding around in the convertible.
Also in
you know.
Lamberto Bava's Demons, when they're driving to the thing, they're like in the car like that doing cocaine.
Yeah, I wonder when that like what movie started that trope. I know it has to be something that's obviously not in horror. That's like kids have been cruising forever. As long as there have been cars that you could hang your ass out of. But anyway,
Literally.
just just an interesting thought I had there. And then the fucking van next to him swings the door open and the girl flashes him. Like, what kind of life are these kids living? Wild.
Is that what the 80s and 70s were?
Right? Just people fucking flashing titties out of fucking panel vans. Yeah, man. Anyway, yeah. So they all get to they start the show essentially. Before the show, her son comes up to the room and he tells her that he got a part, right? And he didn't, the thing is he didn't actually even say who he was because Blaze is famous. So he just got a part on his own in a show. And she kind of just blows him off. That was I know she was kind of worried about her assistant. Well, I think her name was Yvonne. Now, but she just kind of doesn't even respond to her son at all, which is pretty rough.
80s with terrible parents.
Yeah. So before any of this really happens, you see Yvonne. She's the very first kill of the movie, and she's in her hotel room, and like the door kind of creaks open, and she goes and she checks it. Nobody's there. The shower has been making a bunch of noise, and she goes to turn off the knob again, and she's grabbed. And it's a very giallo kill. So it's a black glove kill with the switchblade in a shower from above, kind of just the hand you're seeing coming down. So that was a fun giallo homage.
It could have been an homage to Hitchcock also in Psycho.
That's true. Yeah, it could have been a Hitchcock.
Even the what's it called? The giallo stuff was influenced by Hitchcock too, so it could be
That's
both.
true. That's true. No, you know what? That's true. You're right. Hitchcock kind of was the OG of that type of shot.
I feel like of both genres, honestly.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Super influential. So that was cool. Yeah. So that's all the notes I have in that segment. But moving forward, after that call comes in, and. Call me evil, it said. The studio crew takes safety measures and heightened security. They bring in the cops. But a string of murders do begin to occur across Los Angeles. The first being a nurse at a sanitarium is killed by a handsome doctor who starts his evening there, is what it kind of looks like. But it turns out to be the killer sneaking in to kill. And now, is the nurse Blaze's sister?
I thought she was a friend.
Or just a friend?
I don't
remember.
I think she was a friend.
Someone close to Blaze. So he's playing nookie with the nurse. And as soon as midnight strikes, boom, stabs her to death. And then she's found after he tells them where to look the next time he calls in on the Eastern time zone. So then two women are afterward found dead near a liquor store after midnight in the Central time zone. So the killer goes to a bar and picks up one girl and tries to take her to a house party, but she brings her friend along. And he's kind of panicking a little bit. He doesn't know what to do, but he finds a liquor store, says, "Hey, why don't you run in and grab what you need to grab?" Clock strikes midnight. Boom, kills the one girl, puts her in the dumpster. The friend comes back. He kills her too. I felt really bad.
I wish the kills were on screen.
Yeah, there were some on-screen effects. Yeah, that would have been nice. But it probably comes down to either effects budget or the skill of the group that you have doing that in the film. So I did feel bad for those girls because I feel like the dialogue between the killer and the girls are like, "Oh, you can't find anybody nice in the city, but I'm trying my best." She felt so bubbly, the girl that he was targeting. So that was kind of sad. But yeah, he calls in, says, "Look in the dumpster." I threw him out with the trash or something like that. And they find those bodies. Holy fuck. Did you just get stabbed? Did he sneak back in? Holy fuck. Oh my God.
I was stabbed in the throat. Throat stabbings.
Stabbing McThroatins? You just got throated?
What?
Fuck. Mike, you just got throated.
I got my throat slit.
Isn't that, don't people call that throated?
No.
Oh, I must be mistaken. Okay. Glad you're feeling better. Holy shit.
Scabby burp. I'm alive.
Scabby burp. All right. Perfect. Yeah. Have you seen Hugh? Is that killer just keeps running in and out of here randomly?
I think he was hiding upstairs.
Shh, okay. Don't tell anybody. All right. Cool.
That secret room we have up there.
Yeah. Don't tell anybody about that.
It's the horse machines.
God damn it. I said don't tell anybody. Ugh.
We have to. It's a sponsorship.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, I forgot. HorseMachineRanchRoad.com. 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 I hope you guys liked our commercial last week. I made it myself. So,
I was dying when I heard it.
You know what? I think Horse Machine Ranch Road is willing to sponsor us again this week. Let's take our quick mid-show sponsor break and hear from one of the best sponsors we have at VHS Doom, HorseMachineRanchRoad.com.
Hello and good morning. Are you or anyone you know a like-minded man who loves glory holes? Do you love spending long days on a ranch and using machines? Do you love looking at horses and horses on ranches next to machines? Well, then you found yourself in the right place, Horse Machine Ranch Road. We're a planned community of like-minded men who love glory holes, horses, ranches, machines, and roads. You can find us at HorseMachineRanchRoad.com, where you get all of your Horse Machine Ranch Road needs met, as well as plenty of glory hole experiences. Come join a planned community of like-minded men today. HorseMachineRanchRoad.com. 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 We'll see you there, friends.
All right, and we're back. Thanks for putting up with that.
You sound like a radio DJ from like now we're back.
And we're back after our quick break from our sponsors, and we're about to hear the best new songs in our punk rock scene. Only punk rock. Hardcore punk rock only. No new wave.
Sounds like The Cure almost. It's a good thing, though.
Jesus.
I like The Cure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, cool. Let's jump back in. So, next, the killer has been using like a radio or cassette recorder to tape the sounds of his victims as he murders them. And then when he calls the station after each murder, he replays the tapes over the phone to prove that he's serious to Blaze. So the killer then begins searching for a victim to kill during the stroke of midnight mountain time when he inadvertently angers a gang of bikers. So he knocks over a bunch of bikes, right? They chase him to a drive-in movie theater. He's dressed as a priest at this point, right? I feel like he is.
And he kills the two kids.
Right. So he murders a biker. He steals a couple's car to avoid being recognized. Yeah, and he takes the girl with him in the back seat of the car. And he's intending to make her his next victim, but he's like really under a lot of duress at this point. There's a lot of stress. There are drunk people walking around everywhere. There are cops everywhere. So he like pulls over at a park. The girl runs out. He starts chasing her. He's gonna kill her. She hides under some bleachers, and then he's about to find her, and then the cops walk over and say, "Hey, you!" and he runs off. So she actually manages to avoid being killed. That's fucking wild set. Like it's an interesting movie because they're showing a lot of slashers or a lot of a lot of these horror movies in general just show the stress of those being targeted. But I feel like this film does a really good job of showing the stress that's on the killer to accomplish his mission. or to get away from the police or whatever.
Have you ever seen Nightmare on a Damaged Brain?
No, I haven't.
Oh, so it's like the whole slasher movie is like from the POV of the killer.
Oh, cool.
It's an 80s slasher. It's really good. Tom Savini did the effects, but he now says he didn't because like some like things that happened.
Really? What?
Like at a production end, like he doesn't want to like talk about the movie anymore, and like he doesn't want to be associated with it.
Was it like SA kind of stuff? Was it like really bad stuff?
No, I don't think it was the movie itself. I think it was like the director and him having a fight.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Like a production end kind of thing.
It was him in fighting. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I thought maybe someone was accused of something bad, so now he doesn't want to be associated with it. But no, that makes sense.
No,
okay. Gotcha. All right. So any notes from you, Mikey, in this section where he's grabbing women randomly?
I thought the biker thing was funny.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I thought it was funny when he was like dressed like the priest. He's like yelling at that guy.
Right. Yeah, that was really funny.
And he just stabs him.
Right. Cool. So eventually the killer manages to sneak into the hotel where the event's being held, and by now that's been completely locked down by the police. There are kids getting in fights with police outside. And now in the very beginning of the film, Diane is talking about her husband, Richard, who she thought was like playing golf or something, and he was too busy to attend, but it turns out Richard is the one murdering everybody. So after he knocks Diane out, he yells at her over the treatment of their son, perceiving her and other women's treatment of him as a slight on his character, very fragile masculinity. He reveals his intention to kill her by chaining her to an elevator and forcing her to ride it all the way up and then all the way down.
I always have that fear of like getting squished in an elevator. I don't know why.
Dude, that is terrifying. I've always had the fear of an elevator just letting go and like just falling.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
God damn, that's terrifying.
Especially like really old ones. Oh god.
Yeah, right, for sure. God, yeah. So I'm just having like fucking nightmares and daymares. Having hacked the elevator controls, Richard is able to turn on and off the elevator as he wants. While he's doing this, the police, who have been alerted to his presence now, locate him because no one was supposed to be allowed into the building, and he just shows up, right? And that's a big person to just show up. It's the husband of the main character of the evening. A brief firefight ensues, and the elevator controls are damaged, which stops the elevator and saves Diane after Richard had strapped her to it. Richard flees to the rooftop, and he puts on a mask that he had used to conceal himself while entering the building. I do not think they used that mask nearly enough throughout
They
the
needed
film.
to, honestly. That would be like the best mask, one of the best masks I've ever seen in a slasher movie, honestly.
Yeah.
So
and
creepy.
It's definitely used it's used on the cover.
Back cover has it right there.
You're right. It's definitely used in a lot of the promotional materials, but it's a good mask. It really is. So Richard gets cornered by the police on the roof, and then he jumps to his death. And Derek, who is the name of their son, he weeps over his father's body. But we're not done yet. So the injured Diane is loaded into an ambulance, but it's revealed that Derek is now the driver. He has killed the original driver. He has taken his dead father's mask and put it on, and the ambulance drives off. So Derek is driving away with his mother, which leaves Diane's fate unknown, which I think is just an awesome ending to a film. The radio announcer... Right. The radio announcer announces Honolulu having its stroke of midnight right at the end. So, like, it's like, does she get killed? Is she killed on the, Hawaiian time? That was such a good opening for a sequel, but there's never been a sequel made. But I thought that Derek could have been an awesome killer for sure. And then the mask really could have come to fruition because he puts the mask on right away.
That red mask he drew on.
Holy fuck. All right, yeah. So let's just talk a little bit about Derek for a second. So
Weirdo.
Derek knows he's having like a mental break because he ends up after his mom like blows him off and goes downstairs and is doing her thing. He's just sitting up in her hotel room like losing his fucking mind about it, about being ignored and about not feeling important. And he ends up like cutting some of her pantyhose, red pantyhose, and he pulls it over his face and smashes
using lipstick
his
and
face.
paint it.
And then he fucking pierces his own ear with like a big ass fucking needle. And he's like, "What do you think of me now?" And I think he says the line like, "I'm having mental problems" or something like that. Like he says that very directly. And then he ends up putting on like sunglasses of the fucking pantyhose. And then he puts a hat on and he's sneaking around the building like that. It was super fucking weird, bro.
Yeah.
That was like,
definitely.
It was like they wanted to have a red herring, but it was just too fucking wild.
And they actually use red pantyhose for it too.
Right. He's the red pantyhose herring. Like, I don't know. It's fucking weird.
Name of this episode.
Red pantyhose herring, yeah, for sure. So that's kind of the plot. That's kind of what happened, and those are my thoughts on the film. I think it's a lot of fun. I think that it's I don't know if I would say underrated, but I definitely think it's a great New Year's horror film.
It definitely is.
I think everybody should go check it out. It's a lot of fun. There were some areas of opportunity, I think, in the film. They definitely could have used that mask a lot more, and I don't know, maybe showed more of the violence. Like, actually showed some of the kills. I think he in the second or the third kill he suffocated that woman. That was kind of that was
creepy.
One.
When they found her, it was really creepy.
Yeah, that was super creepy. But yeah, tons of fun. I like it. Do you have any final notes on just the plot and like notes?
I don't know. I like the movie a lot. It's one I watch always like around New Year's Eve or.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good New Year's movie.
And I love the mask a lot. As you said, I wish the mask was like more in the movie.
Yeah, for sure.
And that fake mustache was in the movie longer than the mask.
It was. You're right. I forgot about his fake mustache. That's a good one.
It didn't really make him any different, honestly.
Honestly, it didn't. He looked exactly the fucking same. But I really liked Kip Niven in this. He did a good job with that.
Yeah, he's great.
Cool. So, Mikey, do you want to jump in real quick to just the box office and like release notes, and then also the IMDb?
New Year's Evil was theatrically released in the United States on December 19th, 1980 by the Cannon Film Distributors. It rarely screened theatrically again until the later half of the 2000s, most prominently at Quentin Tarantino's New Beverly Cinema in Los Angeles. I always wanted to go there. He recently bought that place.
Did he?
Like redid the whole thing, yeah. Most recently on December 29th, 2018. New Year's Evil DVD on demand pressing from MGM's limited edition collection in June 2012. And then the one I have, the Scream Factory Blu-ray, was released on February 24th, 2015.
Awesome. All right, cool. Awesome, man. Cool. So now, typically, we jump right in now to our Harambe reviews. Do you have a couple ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
So the one we were talking about before, where they're like, this is one right now, like the worst one. Okay, so boring film with fake punk music, but bad, but not in a fun way. Very dull, predictable slasher mercilessly mocks Elvira's show. That's the only way you get any entertainment out of it. Soundtrack is far worse, like a Broadway producers of idea of punk or new wave. The punks are Broadway versions of punks too. White kids with puffy blonde hair, afros, trendy faux leather makeup intended on looking sluttier than shock. And then they said at the end of the time, waste of time.
All right. Well, that's our Angry Harambe. And we put them out of their misery. Thanks for that, friend.
And now I have a 10. This one's short and sweet, actually.
Okay.
Right. One of the funnest movies ever. This is definitely a movie I have a lot of fun with watching this on New Year's Eve.
That's it. All right. Nice.
Yeah.
My sweet little happy Harambe.
Well, the other one, there is one more, but it's mainly them just like referencing Happy Days. Because like,
hold on,
Roz Kelly is like the star of it.
Yeah, bring them over here real quick.
It doesn't have many reviews actually for 10 stars.
I just put out. Oh, really? That's it? Maybe it is not as. I figured it would be much more widely known.
There's 2 also
Maybe.
for 9-star. There's not many reviews, honestly.
Really? Okay, well, hey, if you're listening to this and you really either like or hate, I don't really give a shit, New Year's Evil, go give it a review on IMDb.
Let us
just
know
to get,
on the bottom of our Twitter post.
Yeah, for sure. Let us know. You can comment on any of our social medias, or you can send us an email at vhsdoom@gmail.com. Let us know what you think. That would be cool too. But obviously, this is not as popular as I thought it would be. I thought this would be a really fucking popular New Year's movie, but
I thought so too. I love it a lot.
Interesting. Okay, cool. All right, so moving on real quick. We got one more section before we get you guys the fuck out of here. How are we looking on time? Only an hour and 9. I knew this would be a short one anyway. That's okay. Okay,
I
so
do have
next
questions that people asked. If you want to do that,
nice. Yeah, so we
There's
do have
only
some
2.
questions from Twitter that we'll get to after we read through this section, and then we'll be getting out of here. But so real quick, I am going to do a bit of a blurb on the title song and also kind of the album of New Year's Evil, because it is a very popular song as far as, movie soundtracks go. So New Year's Evil was a single that was made by the band Shadow. There was a B-side with a song called Simon Bar Sinister. It was released in 1980 at a length of 2 minutes and 35 seconds by Canon Records. The songwriters were Roxanne Seaman and Eddie Del Barrio, and it was produced by Michael Lewis and Lauren Rinder. So over the years, like the movie, the title song has developed a cult following. It's appeared in horror movies, quote, best songs of playlist in many different forms. And the film has been the topic of numerous podcasts in which the song is a point of discussion, just like today. Fuck yeah, we are a numerous podcast. The song was written.
Podcast. I'm just kidding.
We're the only podcast. Yeah, for sure. So the filmmakers, we are the only podcast that exists. No one else exists now. Listen only to VHS Doom. The filmmakers wanted an original title and theme song to be played live by a punk band, quote unquote, by being featured in the film. Requests for the song were sent to several writers. The music supervisor was Rex Devereaux. Del Barrio and Seaman, that's right, Seaman submitted their original song, New Year's Evil, for the submission. Del Barrio wrote the chords and the melody on a synthesizer and gave a rough mix down to Seaman to write the lyrics.
Mix down that Seaman, boys.
Mix down Seaman wrote the lyrics to visually reflect the storyline. Quote, shining like the light that hits the knife at the stroke of midnight. Quiet, but so bright, my heartbeat swells, so you can't tell I'm a fever. What? Tell me, will it be sweet New Year's Eve, or do I fear New Year's Evil? The final demo recording with that Seaman's lyrics was sung by session singer Jerry Falcone and recorded on Del Barrio's 4-track machine. Nice. The movie track was recorded at Salty Dog Studios in Los Angeles by Seattle rock band Shadow. And then Cliff, who was on guitar, Ray Leonard was on bass, David Kirsten on vocals, Art Bennett on drums, and JP Pakalenka on vocals and guitar. The recording was produced by the soundtrack's composers, Lewis and Rinder. Also, Shadow performed the song on camera in the movie as the punk band. The song plays at the opening of the movie and repeatedly throughout. There were also some other cool songs throughout. The recorded studio version also appears in the film. This version was pressed on a 7-inch vinyl art 45 RPM single, promotional singles were sent to radio stations throughout the U.S., and a full soundtrack record is announced in the closing credits of the film and on the original poster, but actually is never materialized. In March 2020, MGM released the song on digital streaming platforms. Nice. You switched your cover. I feel like you should do that every time we watch a new movie. All right, man. That's fucking badass. It's awesome. Stroke of midnight, stroke of death. That's the tagline now. So let's get the fuck out of here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get you guys checked out. But we put our movies? We haven't even put any movies in.
No, but
God damn it,
we do have 2 fan questions.
Okay, let's do the fan questions, and then we'll get you guys checked out.
All right, from the Semi-Skeptic podcast, who's an actor, an actress, or a director you wish had done would do more horror? I'd say Peter Jackson, honestly, because he hasn't done a horror movie since Dead Alive?
Yeah, I think Dead Alive was his last horror film.
Also, Francis Ford Coppola, I loved his Dementia 13, his Psycho ripoff movie. It'd be cool if he did another horror movie.
I would say
I think he's alive.
Maybe Sergio Leone.
Yeah.
Maybe like 80s, got into the horror in the 80s and did like a real fucking goofy ass like 80s slasher. That would have been awesome. I don't know. Okay, cool. So we need to make the movie list.
My favorite movie of his is Once Upon a Time in America.
Right, yeah.
And then the other question...
yeah, what is it? Okay.
Is what's your favorite Christmas food or snack?
Ooh, who asked that?
Hold on. Sorry, I closed out of it. I have to go back in. Okay, top 5 Christmas snacks from Stew World Order podcast.
Nice. Top 5?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you like my top 2 because I don't eat that many Christmas snacks. Top 1 is gonna be the caramel corn popcorn.
Oh, that
always comes in those little tins with the little red truck fucking towing a Christmas tree or whatever. Those are good. Number 2, Trader Joe's makes a peppermint covered pretzel. Holy fuck, they're
those
good.
Are good too.
Yeah, those are my 2 favorites. What about you?
I like gingerbread cookies. I don't know, just like regular holiday stuff. Just like those like little nice Italian like bakery kind of like cookies.
You like the fancy stuff. Love it.
Yeah, my neighbor downstairs, she dropped it off for us like at the beginning of like almost towards like Christmas a couple of days ago.
Nice, very nice. Yeah. Cool. All right, so here's what we're going to do because Mikey's got to run, and I'm not going to try to keep you while you got to go get your kids. So we're going to go ahead and announce next week's episode before I check you guys out, and I'm going to curate your list this week. But next week, and this is a surprise to Mikey too because I'm choosing it, we're about to cover the one, the only, not the only, they've remade it. Fuck. But we're gonna talk about the original Candyman.
Oh, cool! I love that movie.
Yes,
the sequels are pretty decent. I think
I'm a big fan of the original.
I haven't seen the remake yet. I have it though.
It's Jordan Peele, right? Did he do it?
Yeah, I think he produced it.
I haven't seen it either. All right, cool. Well, do you want me to put together the list by myself, or did you have any titles you want to add?
I gotta go.
All right, peace. Take it easy, bud. Bye.
I also have my shout-outs in there too.
Oh, okay, I'll read them out for you, I guess.
Peace.
All right, bye. All right, friends. Well, that's it. We lost Mikey because he had to go grab his kid, that's our lives. That's how it goes. Not a problem. But I went ahead and I curated a list for you myself this week. So if you hate it, it's on me. Don't worry. Just to wrap things up and let you know, Hugh is okay. We got him stored in a secret panic room in the store. It seems that masked killer has left for now. I don't know. Apparently Hugh's a narc. What a bitch, but that's all right. We'll keep him safe because, he's our responsibility. Whatever. But this week, I want you to go ahead, grab your popcorn, grab your candies, and grab your sody pops. We really need to sell some merch here. That way it doesn't start expiring and you have to buy our expired stuff. But we are going to send you home with quite a list of New Year's inspired films. So this first one on the list is actually not a New Year's film, but it is another Emmett Alston film. It's called Demon Warp from 1988. Go check it out. For our New Year's films, we're going to send you home with Bloody New Year from 1987 by Norman J. Warren, which is a film where a group of friends take refuge on an island hotel that's decorated for New Year's. Unfortunately, it's early summer, and soon enough, the walls themselves are striking out against them. Dun, dun, dun. Tons of fun. Next, we're going to send you home with Ghost Keeper from 1981 by Jim McKetchick, which is a film where three friends on New Year's Eve are snowmobiling and find themselves stranded in an abandoned lodge where the elderly female innkeeper is concealing a sinister secret. And lastly, on our New Year's films, we're going to send you with Lost Signal from 2006 by Brian McNamara, which is a film where after leaving a New Year's Eve party, Kevin and Tiffany find themselves battling the elements as well as inner demons as they try to make their way out of the deep forest. And brain cleanser / kids film this week, we're going to send you home with Happy New Year, Charlie Brown from 1986 by Bill Melendez. Go ahead. Give me your money. Let's go. All right, friends. As we said, next week is Candyman, so come back for that. We're going to have a lot of fun talking about that Tony Todd epic classic. One of my favorite, probably one of my intro to horror films that I watched as a kid. So a lot of fun. This week for our shout outs, we have a couple. I'm going to shout out Bearded Villain 83 over on Instagram, and also, just a listener to the show who we've met with this past week, and he's actually working on some video content for us. So we're super excited to have him on board. Really cool guy. Bearded Villain. Also, his name is Mike. So I'm trying to get used to knowing so many Mikes, but that's pretty cool. So we're going to see what he puts out. We're excited to work with him on our video content. I also want to shout out again this week, Trans Jam RVA, very cool group that supports the queer community in Richmond, Virginia. The Plug It Up podcast, the Dissect That Film podcast, and as always, my awesome wife, Carla, who's watching my daughter so I can make sure I get this podcast done. She's the best. And I want to shout out for Mikey this week. I have his shout outs here. The Tangent of Horror podcast, the Dab of Death podcast, the In Film We Trust podcast, Doom Generation podcast. Troy, you're the man. Don't forget it. Noah, Jimmy, and his wife, Katie. Very cool stuff. Don't forget, if you want to come on the podcast because you have a project you want to promote, shoot us an email at vhsdoom@gmail.com. If you have any questions you want us to answer, shoot us an email there too, or you can reach out to us on any of our social medias. We are VHS Doom everywhere. Don't forget, friends, twerk till it hurts. We'll see you next time. Peace. So, Mikey, I'll cut this out, but we didn't talk about what the issue is this week. It doesn't have to be anything. It could be something, whatever you want. Do you have anything in mind?
A killer with a funny mask is in the store, but we can't find him.
Okay.
And Hugh is scared for his life.
Not again. No, we can't have Hugh in danger yet. He just got back.
So we have to protect him.
Oh, okay. We can protect Hugh. All right. So somebody's after Hugh for what he did in the police. Maybe he ratted somebody out while he was hanging out.
We don't know what happened.
Okay. All right. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, till the end.
Okay. All right. So it's that time again. Let's get your movies from last week checked back in.